Well, hello again, everyone. This is Bob Mannery, and you're listening to Tom and Mike. AM in the PM, only on A2D Radio. Tom and Mike, these guys are fucking awesome. But their side piece, Greg, that guy is a goddamn problem.
A little different intro on our first night back in a long time. Tom,
Mike,
AM,
in the PM.
A2D Radio. We are live from the Real Talk Studios like we are every Wednesday night. And every Wednesday night we are brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Gibson Mayer, LLC. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com. Tom Arnone, Michael Mataraki, Dan McGuckin in the house again. What's
Good
up,
to be
baby?
back.
Good to see you. Robbie Pope on the ones and twos. Greg Milwakovic in Hurricane Country in Orlando.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
You're in my seat.
Yeah. Did you like that? Did you like that chair? I was just trying to think of something good.
I did like the chair.
It's good. Doesn't it feel like
it felt good.
it feels like you're more on the people. You know what I mean? This chair makes you feel like you're more with them.
You're
Look,
sitting on a throne.
I ain't even trying to puff here, but I do legitimately feel like we had a pretty good show last week.
I think
and
you guys did.
And we
Yeah.
appreciated you calling in.
I appreciate it. I went to my car.
Dad calling in from vacation, checking on the
Daddy
kids.
stepped in the car because I felt like I'm going to get the best. I'm going to hear you guys better because I can get the volume to 30. You know what I mean? There's things I can do, and I feel like I heard you guys perfectly, and it was fun.
I mean, one jabron didn't like the show. Everybody else, all good.
One Jabron?
Yeah, and you know who it is. I'll give you 3 guesses. First 2 don't count.
All right, I'll guess in a minute.
Hey, forget about it.
We'll get into Choose Your Boo.
Choose your boo.
Rodriguez, is he out of line? Sean Rodriguez telling fans how
He might be my boo.
they should treat, how they should act as fans, pretty much. That's all he was saying. How you should act as a fan. You shouldn't boo. You shouldn't do this. So we'll play all game. Choose your boo at the end of the show. Phillies versus Pirates. They take 2 out of 3. Which, listen, it's a great response game from last night. Huge response game. The bats came alive. The lineup we expected to see all year, showed its head tonight. So, I mean, the consistency's getting better at 2 or 3. But right now, let me be honest with you guys, 2 or 3 is not good enough.
Not against bad teams.
This team needs to start sweeping some teams. They need to go on a run that we all talked about. Oh, it's only May. It's only May.
Yeah.
It's only June. It's only June. It's only July. It's only August. It's August. It's almost September. Okay? Where's the run? 2 or 3 is not good enough at the end of the day. So we'll get into that. Andrew Luck reaction to his decision to retire from the NFL. And I know there's a lot of jabrones out there that, and let me say this with all due respect, if you never played anything competitively, you're just not a competitive guy, you don't understand how hard of a decision this was for a guy who is a competitor.
Oh, yeah.
You're just a moron and an idiot. As I'll just start that off there. We'll get into that in a little bit. Eagles Super Bowl odds is our main topic. 12-1 on Vegas Insider, which to me, there's some teams ahead of them that I don't agree with, and we all probably don't agree with. So we'll get into that in a second. But our poll question, the Eagles will reach Super Bowl 54. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. Read off all your questions, comments, excitement, Broad Street, record, whatever you got, we're all in because, listen, the time's here to go. Let's go.
Well,
11's going to prove a lot of goddamn people wrong.
Every Tom, Dick, and Harry in this town thinks they're a gambler now. So
Yeah.
we'll let the big boys talk about Super Bowl odds. We'll get you right.
So you guys want to hear some of the teams, and as you think about, do you agree that we'll reach the Super Bowl? Right? Agree or disagree to that statement?
Right now, I know for a fact that basically all the odds makers have the Super Bowl winner coming out of the AFC. So why don't you give us some give us some of the actual odds there?
So we got the Chiefs leading the pack essentially 6-1. New England 6-1 as well. So they're your two favorites essentially, both out of the AFC like Mike talked about. Then I don't agree with this 12-1 at all. And it's the Chicago Bears.
I'm with you.
Not at all. Not at all.
They're a good football team. I don't have them at 12-1 odds to be in the Super Bowl. All right, because that's a bad bet as a bettor. Right? I look at the Bears 12-1. I'm not taking the Bears 12-1. You thought, something different. Maybe I take a chance, but that's not a chance bet. So to me, no, I don't like it.
No, it's not smart money.
Rams 12-1. I agree there. Okay, I agree. It's a good football team there, obviously. Saints 12-1. I don't know.
I think they take a step back this year.
I don't know if they're 12-1. The odds-wise. And then you had, obviously, the Eagles at 12-1, and then your next one would be the Browns at 18-1, which actually I buy into the Browns more of a 12-1 than the Bears.
Well, it's funny, too, because
that defense is loaded.
Once you get past the Eagles and that next little cluster that you said that the Browns are at the top of, it starts to drop down pretty dramatically after that.
No, it does, yeah.
What I found interesting, like we said, obviously – at 6-1, the Chiefs and the Patriots both. So they're basically saying whoever comes out of the AFC
it's one of these two.
Is going to win the Super Bowl, which to me, okay, the Birds beat the Patriots 2 years ago, and the Patriots pretty much squeaked by the Rams last year.
Yeah, and are they better than they were last year? Look, I'll never bet against Tom Brady. I'm a Brady gambler. If Brady's playing and the odds right, and the line's right, I'm taking Brady all day. Okay, but let me be
no
because
Gronk?
Ever since after Super Bowl against Atlanta when he won me big time money, how can I ever bet against him? Now obviously in the Eagles I bet against them because I go hard. I'm going hard in what I truly believed at the time.
Hope team.
But besides that, I'm taking Brady. But I don't agree with them being 6-1 odds that go to the Super Bowl.
No,
or to win it.
Yeah.
Sorry, to win it. We're talking about the Eagles will reach the Super Bowl in our poll question. Do you agree or disagree? But to that, there's 6-1 odds to win it. I don't buy it. Listen. To me, honestly, I don't even buy it. I don't know if I buy the Chiefs at 6-1.
I think the odds are a little light. I do.
You would tell me the Rams 6-1, right? A younger football team, essentially, a real good put together football team. Yeah, the Eagles 6-1. Then sure, I'll buy into some of them teams. Besides that, maybe I'm being a homer here, but I think the Eagles and the Chiefs stack up. If you want to say anything, even. If I got a healthy Wentz and a healthy Mahomes, you tell me them teams don't stack up well against each other?
No, I agree. I think offense to offense, it's right there.
Right?
I wouldn't say the Chiefs have a far superior offense.
And Dan, do the Chiefs have a better defense than us?
That's what I was just going to say. Danny's right. Offense to offense, it's a wash.
Yeah.
I think the Birds have a better defense.
Yes.
Me too. So I think the 6-1 odds is. My point is, I'm not going to bet the Chiefs at 6-1. If I'm looking to bet somebody lower on this list somewhere, I'm looking at to win it. It's crazy. I mean, the only one I would like would be the 18-1 with the Browns. That's the only one that feels like you actually have a shot.
I mean, unless Aaron Rodgers went crazy this year.
I don't think that football team's good enough around them. But to the poll question, before we get deeper into some of the odds here, the Eagles will reach Super Bowl 54. Do you agree or disagree? I know the family's jumping in, chiming in.
So you basically
I'm going to read them all off.
You have them winning the NFC Championship game.
Who?
We're saying is that the Birds have to win the NFC Championship game and reach the Super Bowl.
That's it.
We're not talking win the Super Bowl right now.
Not yet. You can talk about it.
We will. Not yet.
We're
can
just talk about it.
Reaching the Super Bowl.
Anybody want to start this off?
Go right ahead, my man.
100 wholeheartedly agree. I think last year,
a
couple years ago.
Is that a homer pick, or do you got some beef on that?
Last year a couple years ago, we saw how easy it was when you get the number one seed. You play 2 home games and you're in the Super Bowl. Last year, obviously, you get off to a shitty start. You see how much harder the road is when you have to go on the road multiple times. I think they're gonna see that again, and come out flying. And then I'm
not laughing at you. I'm laughing at this comment that I just read, directed to Tom.
What?
Jason Grizzlia, you 3 and 8 other guys have a better shot than the Browns at getting to the Super Bowl.
You can think it, Jack. Listen, that defense is loaded.
Well, and their offense is pretty loaded.
Pretty loaded, too. Like, nobody talks about how good that defense is, and in Week 8, that offense gets Kareem Hunt. Nobody.
Not that Nick Chubb is a slouch
Exactly.
until Kareem Hunt gets back.
Exactly.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying here? In that defense, nobody wants to talk about them, how good they are. I asked Mikey Klinkoff, a Steelers fan, how good that defense has been for a little bit now, and even more so this year. Locked and loaded. They scare me a little bit.
So, Danny, I'm sorry. Continue your thought there.
No, I think the Rams and the Eagles are the best two teams in the NFC. I think the Saints take a step back. So, I mean, as long as Wentz is healthy, plays up to what we think he can do, and then I think there's no they should definitely be a top 2 seed. And then I have confidence if you only have to play 2 games in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl.
So I agree with you that the Eagles and the Rams are the best 2 teams in the NFC. But I feel like with a healthy Wentz, with the additions on both sides of the ball, I feel like the Eagles are at least a game better than the Rams. I'm thinking at this point, if I had to just make a schedule prediction right now, I would say Eagles 12-4, Rams 11-5. Birds are a full game better. They get the number 1 seed, and they win the NFC. So I agree with the
Yeah, listen, I agree completely because it's simple to me. Both sides of the football, this team's locked in, and it's deep in a lot of key positions, right? Especially defensively in your backfield. You're loaded up defensive back and safety. You got tons of guys, tons of pros, tons of guys who've always played meaningful snaps. Mm-hmm. So that matters to me. Offensively, it's going to all rely on 11 and being healthy, and I believe you got a full bill of health and he's ready to go. There's no issues here. So you're getting a guy who had OTAs, everything leading up to it that he missed the year before. He's got chemistry with guys. Even if Deshaun's out, his offense is loaded.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, it kills us. I want to see Deshaun play. But at the end of the day, I need him to be healthy at the end of the year when we're making our big-time run and our big-time push. But I completely agree because who's better? The Rams? The Rams aren't better than us. The Saints, grow up, please.
Drew Brees' arm looked shot last year. That offense took a shit.
And if I'm playing them here, there's no Ingram there anymore. All right? And if I'm playing them here, I'm fully confident I'm beating them in an NFC title game. The Vikings, okay, they could be good. Maybe some chemistry with Kirk and the offense and stuff. I don't buy into the Vikings. So, I mean,
nah, Kirk.
Who else? Seattle?
Kirk Cousins, to me, has still never won a big game in his career.
No, in Seattle? Kirk Cousins, guys, throws touchdowns with 2 minutes left when you're down 21. As a stat stuffer. Oh, he threw 3 and 1 picks. It looks good.
What is he, 4-24 against teams over 500?
Something
it's
some
disgusting.
Awful.
Disgusting. He should have been retiring, not Luck.
See, now, what's crazy for me is, so as we were coming up on the Birds' schedule coming out, I felt like this was a 10-win team. And then the schedule came out, and I looked at it, and I'm thinking, okay, man, this is this is a 10-11 win team. And the draft, and now I'm like, okay, I really like what they did with the draft. This is now 11-12. And now they're 3/4 of the way through camp, and I'm like, this is easily a 12-win football team, maybe more. And if you remember, I said to you and Greg a few weeks ago that it would.
January, I thought it was a 12-win team.
Well, that's because you're a big fucking homer.
No, because 11.
Oh, okay.
11.
Fair point.
That's it.
Fair point.
After we got Deshaun, I was saying 12.
But I was looking at the schedule thinking that there was a very real possibility that this team could start 4-4 and then run the table. Now I don't even think they have to. Now I could actually see them getting off to a 6-2 start, and they're rolling in it 15 and or what do you got 12-3, and then they just
4-4.
They sit everybody in that last game, and whatever happens.
I would be pulling my hair.
Yeah, I can see a 6-2.
But here's
I
why
can see a 6-2.
Here's why I had them at 4-4.
Stretches.
You got a Sunday night at Atlanta, a Thursday night at Green Bay,
Yeah, I hear you.
an away at Minnesota, and then the Patriots coming in here.
Yeah.
So I was like, 4-4
on paper, it looks like a rough stretch.
Yeah, but
Good teams win tough games. So.
Exactly. And from everything that I've seen so far, and I'm not even talking about preseason games. Everybody,
I haven't watched a minute.
Whatever.
I haven't watched a minute.
Yeah.
Don't care. Everything that I've seen so far, read so far, I've heard so far, like you said, good teams win tough games. I'm on board with that.
Yeah, this is a great locker room that we already know about. We always talked about, Chip talked about a great locker room. Doug brought a great locker room, right? I mean, this is a coach we believe in. This is a coaching staff we essentially believe in. And these are players that are on this football team that are Super Bowl champs, right? And there's still a lot of them guys. And I'm talking about the MVP of the league before he got hurt. had a full offseason, a full bill of health all season to do everything team activity-wise. If you're not jacked up for Eagles football and jacked up for a big-time run, you better check your you know what. You better check your balls.
So
How small are they?
something for us to stick a pin in and come back to.
What, the balls?
Gary Forrester said he wants to know if we could talk about what we would actually give up to get Clowney in here. So we'll come back.
We'll get to. I got tons. Listen, I got tons
Go
on
ahead,
Facebook.
go
Let me go to them. Dennis Scott, Super Bowl odds 12-1. Dennis, do you agree or disagree with them odds? Greg in the house, Hurricane Country, still got service. Thank God. I'll agree to the poll question for the NFC for sure. Have a good show, boys. And then he said, Danny, what's up, brother? Welcome back. Clay Ferguson, I think the Bears are the second best team in the NFC.
Clay.
I mean, you can make – I don't buy into their quarterback, Clay. I buy in everything else on that football team, just not their quarterback. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Everything but their quarterback. And he said Saints are going to regress too, so he agrees with you there, Danny. Where were we at? We're at Chris Ross. When the Eagles' expectations are high, we fly low. It happens all the time. I don't want it to, but that's it. It's true. It's definitely true.
I'm coming to YouTube. I'm coming.
But listen,
I'm coming.
I'm telling you, this is a year I feel like it's okay to be wound up. This is a year I feel like it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead in with full expectation. Get it off our back, the stigma that, like, we assume something bad's going to happen. Can we?
Right.
Like, we lost that stigma when we won the Super Bowl. That stigma went away. It washed it away. The deal. It's all done. All done. Simple. It's gone. So get the stigma that something bad's going to happen.
No,
Let's
I'm with
go,
you.
And let's go beat the shit out of teams. Simple process. Seems loaded. So what else we got? I want to read off some people. Jesus.
Jesus.
I like Jesus better. Jesus.
You would.
Sorry, Jesus. I like Jesus better. Jesus. Beret. 11 going to come hungry. Be ready this season. It's going to be fire. You know it. You know this. You know this. Let's go.
Robbie. Jesus. I like him very much.
Jesus is right on the same page.
But you don't help me with curveball, Jesus.
Jesus could probably
Jobu.
This Jesus I called him. I like this Jesus and Jesus definitely could probably hit a curveball. I'll tell you that right now. I want him to answer that question. Could you hit a curveball? Bill Middlebrook. Saints are the best team, the team to beat. No, they're not, Bill. No, they're not. I love you, Bill. Wrong answer. James Schwarthoffs. I can't wait for the Eagles football. This team is special. I mean, again, a lot of factual. Now Vinny's just watching. He didn't say anything. But listen, this is a loaded up football team. And I say, get the stigma off your back. 11's locked and loaded. I'm talking about big time expectations are going to be fulfilled this year.
All right. So on the tube, Bryce Blackwell says, welcome back, Tom. What's up to the fam?
What's up, brother?
He says, Birds 12-4, Wentz 40 touchdowns.
We're right on the same page. Listen, don't be surprised if a 50 spot smacks you in the mouth this year. Don't be surprised
I'm
if
thinking like
45
38.
I said 42-10 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago.
It's a passing leg, babe.
Yep.
You believe this?
You really wow.
Wow.
Sorry, I was getting back to the people.
I know. People they're more
Leaves
important
for
than
a
me.
little bit. You guys lose your touch.
Wow.
No.
Tom Lucas says, what
Lock
up, guys?
it up.
Welcome back, Tom.
Thanks, brother.
Sports Live.
You got a little golden.
Sports Live in the ATL. Okay.
I love that name.
Phillies stink. Harper overrated. Go Braves.
I love the overrated. Like
I wonder if he knows Clay, or they know Clay, or if it's Clay in disguise.
it could be Clay in disguise, but Clay lives in like the country. You know what I mean? Clay's in the country of Georgia. Like when I go to Perfect Game in Georgia, he's far away from me.
Although Tom Lucas then chimes in and says 3-3 versus the Marlins and Pirates is terrible.
It's not good enough.
They played at the level of their competition. I don't know why.
It's not good enough, Tom. Listen, there's the run never came this year, and it's on a couple guys.
They're gonna.
And we'll get into it when we go choose your boo later on in the show.
Sports Live in the ATL also says Eagles are not going to the Super Bowl, period.
I mean, of course you would say that.
Put your money where your mouth is.
You think Atlanta is?
Pootie Tang says, yo, what's up, family?
What up, Daddy?
Pootie says Eagles 13-3.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Tom Lucas again says Vikings fans out here are delusional. They think they're a Super Bowl team. Packers fans at least are being realistic. They just want a playoff berth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tom also said has to be one of the most exciting Eagles seasons in a long time. He's got them at 12-4. And Jaleel Harris says, what's up, boys?
What's up, Jaleel? Tom,
Jaleel?
you're well said, brother. Everything well said. Typical Audubon guy. You know what I mean? I wouldn't expect anything less from you. Clay says chop on, but not me. I'm in South Georgia in the country. Yup. So I told you, he's country living. He's got goats and shit. It's awesome. Kyle Meager.
He's got goats and shit.
Tons of
Are they
goats.
named Tom and Brady?
Oh, Vinny says he's listening because I saw him listening.
There
I
you
said, oh, I thought he commented, but he was just listening on Facebook because they let you know when you're watching.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Can I ask you guys a question, legitimately?
Yo,
How much do you think Tom Brady has left in the tank?
as long as he wants, I think.
Not how long is he going to play, but legitimately, what's he have left in the tank?
I tried
You know
to
what I mean?
cop out on that answer.
You did cop out on
because
that.
it's my guy in a way, and I know people hate that here in Philly. I'm an Eagles fan, but
I respect the shit out of him, too.
One time, first time in my life that I said, you know what, I'm just going to try to respect greatness and enjoy it in its moment because we all fall in love with it after. Like I hated Jordan, but I loved him. But I never got it. Not even Jordan, but just other guys that were great because you're so diehard with your team that you end up hating them players. I try now as we grow up a little bit to say, you know what? Let me just respect it unless I'm playing it, and then I want to knock your fucking head off.
I really did not like him up until that Falcons Super Bowl, and I was just like, I got to start appreciating this team. After that, I kind of changed on him.
Pove, you want to chime in on this at all?
Yeah, I do, if we can hear me.
Just turn your microphone a little bit. There we go.
Hello?
You're angled down. Angle back up. There you go. Beautiful.
Hello?
Yeah, go right ahead.
There we go. Thanks for the education, but it was the gain here.
Well, your mic is still dangling a little.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Hey.
Hey.
For Tom Brady,
So what do you think? Seriously.
I mean, this year's going to indicate it because he lost this big weapon with Gronk.
Right.
You know, so he's going to obviously, you got some new faces in or what have you. I'm going to say he's still got the fire in him 2 to 3 more seasons.
All right. Well, you're talking like
2 to
good,
3,
productive
Dad.
seasons.
Yeah.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
So this, I'll introduce a
I
new
like it.
segment on the fly right now.
I was gonna say 2. I was gonna say he's got 2 in him.
Yeah. The third one might start to dwindle a little bit. Maybe you see the heir apparent, whether that's Jarrett Stidham or another quarterback.
Stidham can spin it.
Yeah, he's
by
having
the
a
way.
Well,
good camp.
here's the reason that I bring it up. It's my new segment on the fly, how to piss off Matt Curley. So
Yeah, I got a better tan than Curl too.
So
by the
I-
way,
so I have-
if you're in the A2D Radio
Yeah.
Real Talk group and you know Curls,
there you
this
go.
is how you tan, babe. Go ahead.
So I had my first fantasy draft last night.
I just froze.
There you go. I get, I load up at running back, I load up at receiver, I get my tight end, and now all of a sudden I'm like, okay, so basically to fill out my starting roster, I need a quarterback, a kicker, and defense. And I'm like, okay, so my strategy of waiting on a quarterback was good.
Who'd you got, Brady?
I get Brady.
It's a win.
But I get Brady in like the 10th round. And I'm still
And if Gordon's good,
and
if Gordon's ready to go, it's huge that Brady.
And okay, so I'm shocked that Brady's still there in 10th round, so I take him. And then I don't feel good about it. So and now I'm having this conversation in my head like, this guy's the GOAT. Why do you not feel good about getting the GOAT in the 10th round of a fantasy draft? And I just couldn't wrap my head around it. So I was literally like, you know what? I'm going to bring it up on the show tomorrow night and just talk to the fam and just see, like, how much gas do we think this guy has left in the tank?
Yeah, I would say 2 years. But to our poll, real quick, to our poll question, if you're just
Poll
joining
question,
us,
yeah.
the Eagles will reach Super Bowl 54. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Chime in, reading off comments, responding to comments, type in. We're doing it all. We're doing it all, and we're still talking at the same time. This is why we're the best in the business. You don't need to listen to anything else in this area. We got shows weekly. So, yeah, weekly. An asshole. Daily. First time, long time. I've been on vacation for like 2.5 weeks. Feels good to be back.
Joel says Eagles 10-6. Injuries in the beginning are going to hurt. Well, we'll see.
10-6. What injuries, though? Is he assuming injuries?
Maybe,
Julio, answer that question,
You
brother.
can't predict injuries.
But
Like
I mean-
Deshaun goes down, we lose. We for a week or two.
I
We consider.
don't think Djax is going to miss any time. I think he
Yeah.
can tape it up and go.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that too. And if he doesn't, it's a little prima donna-ish.
And Bryce Blackwell says Brady's got 3 good years left. The Pats are loaded with youth.
Okay,
Interesting.
I don't disagree. Clay Ferguson says my fantasy quarterbacks are Wentz and Brady. Loaded. I don't care what the rest of your roster is, brother.
How about Wentz and Cam over here?
But I'm not going to pull
That's
Curly.
kind of nice, right?
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah.
And that's the last one because I'm not going to pull Curly, but I hate everybody else's fantasy team. I like my own. But you know what I mean?
Well,
It's
it's funny because like I said, I've done one draft and I didn't like it, and there's no reason for me not to like it. I just don't like it. Although, Robbie,
like it.
I did take the dive in the 16th and drafted Kyler Murray as my backup.
Did you?
Yeah.
To Tom?
I'm like,
Same team as Tom?
yeah.
Can I
that's
respond
good,
to
though.
something
You
real
can
quick?
absolutely respond to something.
Kyle Meager, I'm going to say it depends to the poll. If we get Clowney, we'll go 15-1 and win the Super Bowl with ease. What does 15-1 matter to win the Super Bowl if you're 13-3? And Clowney's great and all, but you always talk about. I'm being real with you for a minute because you always talk about Wentz and injuries. Clowney with injuries is on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
He's great when he's on the field. Nobody's ever going to take that away from him. Will I take Clowney? Absolutely. But remember, the guy gets banged up a lot.
Yeah, but hasn't he only missed one game in the last 2 years, though?
Is that all he's missed in the last two?
Yeah.
All right, but he has a track record.
Early in his career, yeah, and in college, but
He has a track record, though. So if we want to talk about track records, the track record's there.
Yeah.
But will I take him? In a heartbeat. But is he going
Well,
to
that's what
is
Kyle.
he make or
That's
break
what
in our
Kyle
team?
says to us every week. That Wentz has a track record of injuries.
And so does Foles.
So does Foles.
And
so does Clowney.
And Foles has more than Wentz, which is crazy, right? Because Foles always got banged up. But real quick,
it's almost like football players get injured.
yeah,
Oh,
It's
Imagine-
wild, right?
imagine
Isn't that
that.
crazy?
what's the rate? 100%.
So 100% rate of
No,
injury.
Chip Kelly. No, Chip Kelly. But listen, Kyle, at the end of the day, Derek Barnett is a pimp, okay? We drafted him to be a pimp. Brandon Graham, we brought back, right? We have Vinny Curry. Are we deep there? No, it's a position that we're not really deep at is the end. But our starters are loaded. Now, will I take Clowney? Yes, but is it the end all be all of us win Super Bowl?
No.
No, but would I take him? Again, yes. Chris?
So, all right. So come back to Gary's question. What do you give up for him?
I don't know.
Is it true you get
a second and a fifth?
a pick back if he doesn't resign?
A second next year and a fifth the following?
If he signs the franchise tender, yeah. I don't think he signed the franchise thing yet, though.
So a second and a fifth.
That's what you'd give up, a second and a fifth?
Yeah, but second this year and a fifth the following.
Don't do
I'm
that.
not giving up a lot because I got to fucking sign.
I know,
the guy.
but
What about a player?
I mean, I'm not in the mood to give up play. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? If I'm trying to win a Super Bowl right now, I don't want to give up any of my depth somewhere else.
you wouldn't give up like Big V because they want linemen.
Oh, I'll give up like Vitae. I'll give up Vitae because I have that replacement.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna trade like Dylan or anything, but like
No, but
if
I'll
they want
Well, what
Big V in a second, yeah.
I will.
I'll give Big V a second and a fifth. Go ahead.
I will say this: the one rumor that I read, I think it was from Matt Hammond, that had me kind of raising my eyebrow a little bit was Dillard for Clowney and their first, and I was like,
No.
no. At the end of the day, it's a no. But I'm thinking to myself, like, okay,
That's got to
So
do
they-
with
Because you
draft
could
again.
use that first on another tackle, but
Yeah, but
Right,
it's not
but-
Dillard,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, I
Stop
know.
blocking out the
Right.
sun.
but
Yeah.
Dillard's he's
Yeah,
flat out
that's
stuck.
what I'm
Nothing
saying,
gets
yeah.
by him. Clowney won't get by him. So you know what I mean?
Like when at first glance,
So who's better? I don't think Clowney gets by him.
at
this
first
point.
glance,
That answers your question.
at first glance, that trade looks really good. But yeah, after you think about it for a second, you're like, no, you can't do it.
No,
See,
Kyle,
I
Clowney-
saw that one too.
But it's funny how
Clowney would be a huge piece, but it's not the end-all, be-all piece.
Right.
We're good enough to win Super Bowl right now.
it's funny how it flipped though, because when it was Dillard, you'd get Clowney and a 1.
Yeah.
But when it was Vitae, you had to give the 1 to get Clowney. Sorry, I'm not parting with a 1 for what could be a 1-year rental.
No,
I agree with that.
But I'll
The
sweeten the
guy,
pot.
guy has to be locked up for more than a year somehow for me to even think about doing anything higher than like a third and a fifth.
Yeah, that's why I
I'll
said.
put a player in there, but
That's why I said a second and max, just because like if I want to definitely get it done, I know a second and a 5 definitely get it done. Could a 3 and a 5? I think a 3 and a 5 could absolutely get it done
I think
too.
I think if you do a 3 and a 5, you got to include a player.
Yeah, that's why I think 2 and a 5. I don't have to include anybody.
Right.
And if I'm giving you the 2 the year coming up, that sweetens the pot, and I give the 5th a following year. You know what I mean? And now I don't lose as many picks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing a pick a year, but we know what we're getting for them picks. I would always trade picks for proven players any day of the week. Any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
You got a guy? Okay, here you go. Take this pick. Take this pick. I'm getting proven talent. Mm-hmm. No question about it. So I take them, yeah, but it's not the end-all, be-all.
And NX 750 Gaming, Cox and Brada may not get a lot of playing time first couple weeks.
Why not Cox?
He's a little banged up. Mills may be on PUP. Bryce Blackwell says Big V in a second. Tom Lucas says, as much as the first would be nice, you can't give up Peter's replacement.
So,
And I totally
yeah.
agree with that.
I agree with that too. Sean Kyle says, read the dude's post on Twitter. Hammond got destroyed on his post proposing the Dillard trade. He further said he what he would offer. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Oh, what'd you?
But he's also like, well, I'm not going to be a coward and delete my post. Okay.
All right, you're already a
Because
coward.
the longer you leave it up there, the more attention you get.
Yeah, because he loves it.
Todd Womack says, Philly Dilly, guys. What
What
up,
up,
Todd?
Womack.
Womack.
Todd, question. Will the Eagles will reach Super Bowl 54. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Chime in. James Scholtoff says Nelly's going to have a breakout year. D. Jackson, Alshon on the outside, not to mention Ertz. Yeah, I think Nelly's a big piece. That's why people talk about trading Nelly in a deal for Clowney. Get the
That's
hell
what I
outta
saw.
here.
I was like, why
Get
would
outta
you want to
here,
take
dude.
away a weapon from Wentz? I didn't understand
Yeah.
that. I'm not saying Aguilar's not like a
He's
great
not,
fucking
I'm not saying
receiver, but
Clowney's not better. but
I'm not
just-
taking
yeah.
anything away from Carson.
Your whole all season, Danny, you're spot on because your whole all season was Howie saying, you know what, we're giving our franchise guy money,
Every fucking toy he wants.
and every toy in the freaking playpen, baby. You know what I mean? You jump in the playpen and you got every toy. You got the rattle. You got the the truck that flies. You got it all. Mm-hmm. And we're loaded. We're loaded. That's why it's not end all be all for Clowney. Because this is one of the best. This is one of the best overall football teams we've had here. This team on paper is better than the Super Bowl team. On paper, they're better. Because woo. Because let's be real, healthy 11 or a healthy Foles. I'm going healthy 11. Because 11's going to spin it. 11, they had to get. Remember when Wentz came back last year? They had to change the jug machines. Alshon had to turn his up. Like a whole
underrated aspect.
Like a whole nother 30 notches. Because he had to get his
30
zip,
notches.
He had to get his zip right.
To get his zip right. You crack me up.
I was gonna say Alshon Jeffrey. Last 2 years, he hasn't been in training camp because he hurt his shoulder 2 years ago,
Yep.
and then last year because
on
he
a
got
book tour.
surgery, he didn't
Yeah.
play. He didn't participate in training
And he
camp.
was on a book
so
tour.
now he's fully healthy this year. I think Alshon's gonna have a huge year.
And then
too.
them two get their connection with all
Yeah, that's what I'm
OTAs
saying. Yeah,
and all the
that's what
stuff
I'm
we
saying.
talked about. They're so important. Then he gets his connection with D-Jax. He gets his connection back with Nelly. And then he doesn't have to rely, even though I don't care. If Ertz is open, throw him the damn football. I never bought into that. They throw him the football too much. Who gives a shit? If he's open, throw him the football. We want to throw him if somebody's not open?
See, now it's funny that you brought him up because Tom's going to straight out rip me on this one, but
Let's get it.
Alshon straight up gets you Clowney. And I think
But why though? Why would you trade? Why would you trade?
because he's the most
getting older.
most valuable piece that you can move that is easily replaceable.
It's not easy.
If this was-
it's not because now you look at it. You're
Sure
hurt.
it is. His target share? Sure it is.
No, it's not because you're going to hurt one position by trying to upgrade another position where the other position doesn't have a hole. The other position you have Barnett and Brandon Graham.
Okay, so stop there
So
for
you
a
don't
second.
have the hole
Stop
there.
there for a second. So if there's not a hole at defensive end, why is the whole Clowney discussion taking place anyway?
'cause one person-
I'm asking for everybody.
Because one person brings it up and it flies from there. One idiot with a check brings it up on Twitter and it rolls from there for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time, and then grows steam. And then maybe some's true, some isn't. I don't know if it's true anymore. Okay, But all I'm saying is I am not in the business of upgrading one position by essentially hurting another. Because Deshaun has a history of not playing football games. So now I'm rolling with just Nelly and JJ. No,
I was
'Cause now I
gonna
don't have
say-
all the toys that I.
Jay, into the Alshon spot, you get Ertz taking balls out of the slot. You still have Goddard.
No, you're
and
still
then you
loaded.
have, and then you say you have Sproles out of the backfield, so you're still loaded. Which is why I'm saying that he would be the one guy that has value, where you could say, "I'm giving you one player that you could part with and still be loaded."
Yeah, but I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't.
I'm not a proponent of it.
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't do it. But there's no picks involved if that happened.
Oh no, that's why I'm saying it's straight up.
Like you have to give me something back because he signed for a second.
Oh yeah.
So now you got to give me like a fifth back or something. If deal for the right, because I don't care about picks. Give away. Listen, you talk about Alshon. So like to me, everybody's worried about giving away at first. Well, them chances of hitting them aren't always. You don't always hit the first round pick.
No, you don't, and that's you're spot on with.
So I mean, to me, if I'm getting a proven player, then take the first if that's what it needs to do to get it done. If you're a proponent that you really need him, right? Now I'll take him for the right deal. I'm not saying I'm going to give up a first, but if I was in the business where like, shit, I don't think we're deep enough in end now. Let's just get loaded back there. You know what? Let's make it happen. And Howie says, we'll give away a first.
See, I'm with you. I don't think they need him. I don't.
And we're back.
I'm giving you. Well, I
And
don't
we're
think.
back, Danny.
I don't
See
think
that?
we ever went away.
No, we didn't go away.
But you realize it's my job to draw the GM out of you and get you to start thinking like, okay, well maybe he's right. Maybe we could part with this guy. And even though it weakens the offense a little bit, we're still fucking loaded.
Yeah, we're still loaded. The only thing that scared me would be Deshaun. Because I
Right.
understand what you're saying. If Deshaun you knew was going to play all year.
If Deshaun was like a 16-game-a-year guy,
Yeah, then I'm like, okay.
and then you're like, okay.
All right. And then there's the part of me.
you
The
lose-
part of me is the love for Alshon for winning a Super Bowl
Right.
here
Me
too.
too, me
And I
too.
know how clutch he comes up. It's like, do I really want to lose that
Right.
clutchness?
But he will be 30 this year. He's always banged up.
He is,
I
but he
mean,
still
it's-
catches everything.
Fair point.
His target catch radius is ridiculous. Maybe he catches anything in his zone. So I mean,
I'll tell you what, though.
and at times when you're getting rushed
Don't-
and scramble and you got to throw it up to a guy.
Don't be surprised, though, if
next year.
Well, I'm not even thinking. I'm not saying next year. You're kind of a half a step ahead of me.
What a cap casualty.
No, yeah. I was going to say, don't be surprised if JJ really is as good as we think he's going to be.
Yeah, he takes the spot.
If they start phasing out Alshon as the season goes on,
Yep. And then now he gets the deal.
and JJ starts getting more and more of the targets.
I just don't think
Alshon becomes the cap casualty, and like you said, now he gets the
He
new
could
deal.
be next year anyway.
Yeah.
He could very well.
I
be.
was gonna say that. I was gonna say if this was a year later and like you already saw what you had in JJ, I would feel a little more comfortable doing that.
And
But
I'm
right now,
totally
like
fair with that.
I feel like this is a gamble you don't need to take. Obviously, it's just hypothetical, but still, like
No, you're right. Like I'm not ready to part ways with a proven guy who won a Super Bowl here for a guy that is a great talent and a really good football player.
Well, let's play a quick game.
That's why that's why it's picks
Let's play
all day.
a quick game here then. Give me one name player, and then you guys all know what I mean by name player, that you think will be traded either before the end of training camp or before the deadline. Because you know how
this year?
Yeah, you know how he's not done making moves. You know he's not.
So you think what one player we're going to trade for?
No, that we will trade. That's going away. I don't know what the return will be, but you know that Howie will continue to wheel and deal right up to the deadline.
Yeah, I don't think we're trading any players. But can I play the other side of it and play a game of like
Go-
a
if you want to,
position
go right
we're gonna try to fill? I think we're gonna trade for another end, and it might not be Clowney, right? But I think we're gonna add another proven defensive end to this football team because right now the three, I don't think they're confident in going in with three, and I think that's what brought the Clowney smoke up, right? And the whole conversation is I don't think Howie's comfortable with three. He knows it took four to win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Four guys to really get guys breaks.
Well, do me a favor. Bring those odds back up that we were looking at for a second, though.
Yeah. But I think Howie knows that this team needs another DN. And that could be not a trade. That could be a cap casualty somewhere else that we end up bringing in. But I don't think he's done there.
Roll that screen for me.
I don't think he's done there.
Okay. So
Bill Motorbook says Nelson, and it'll be for a defensive player.
the Indianapolis
All right.
the Indianapolis Colts were 22-1. They are now 80-1
Oh,
to reach the Super
can
Bowl.
it be 100? I mean, it might as well just be 100.
The name that I am going to give you is none other than Nate Sudfeld. I think Frank Reich is going to make an offer for him.
That could be a possibility. I've heard that.
I don't think, and with the understanding that Nate is probably going to be out until early October, I don't think Reich wants to go through an entire season with Jacoby Brissett and literally nothing behind him. And this is what the Eagles have done historically for years, going back to the Andy Reid era.
Yeah, they love doing that, though.
You develop a third-string quarterback,
And you deal 'em.
you bump them up to the second string, and then you deal them.
Yep.
A lot of people don't realize Mark Brunell was an Eagles quarterback.
Yeah,
at
they
one
love
point.
picks. They love picks. They do fall in love. Howie does fall in love with his picks. You know what I mean? That's the only negative thing I say about Howie.
But you look, I
He falls
mean,
in love with picks too much.
he
and
does.
You don't nail enough of them, babe.
But-
I love you, but you don't nail enough.
picks are like money in the NFL, even if
They
you
are
don't nail them.
because then you trade
yeah,
them.
they're
and,
just
and
assets. There's nothing
That's-
wrong with assets.
No, there's nothing wrong with assets, Danny. Grow up. I know assets.
But I mean, you look at what he's done. I mean, obviously, you take it all the way back to Andy and the Mark Brunell days. Then, you had Matt Barkley in your system for a while. You wound up trading him for draft picks. Kevin Kolb, he was supposed to be the next coming. That didn't work out, but you dealt him for picks.
Yeah, this is a violation, but I had no idea Mark Brunell was ever an Eagle.
Most people don't.
That's not a violation.
Most people don't.
That's not a violation.
Because he was.
That's going back though.
He was a practice squad guy. They signed him to they signed him to a futures contract. They developed him through a training camp, and not a backup anymore either, though.
True, this is true. But in either event, my ultimate point is: didn't Frank Reich recently win a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback?
He did.
I would not put. I would take those odds on the Colts.
So you would say, hold on. I like that. So you would say you would throw 100 on them.
Why not?
Does it play around?
Yeah.
Still got Marlon Mack. You just drafted Paris Campbell with T.Y. Hilton. I mean,
your defense. Their defense is loaded. Their defense is really good.
That's loaded.
Defense is good, real good.
They are high on Brissett. I mean, it's not like
he's not bad.
And he got experience a couple years ago when Luck was out.
And he's a Belichick kitty. You know what I mean? He's right off the Belichick kitten list. Belichick kitten. You know what I mean? Popped him out.
I'm sorry. NC State quarterbacks don't impress me at all.
Chad Kelly is in Indy, Sweep says. But then his message goes away. I can't read the rest of it.
Okay. Chad Kelly, he's got the family name, and literally that's it.
That's what he said, I think. I think that's what he said. Yeah, so that was funny. I'm pretty sure he said that, but I can't click out of here because then I lose all the comments.
Then you lose it.
Malachi Giddens in the house. What up, brother? He said, this content I like. Baseball season is the wrong season. I know, brother.
He tells that to a bunch of baseball junks, too.
We're back, though. We're back. That's all that matters. What else we got? Chris Kelly. So was Brunell, wide receiver, Jimmy Smith, also an Eagle? Was he? Was Jimmy Smith also an Eagle? I think you might be right.
Jimmy Smith was an Eagle at one
Clay
point.
Ferguson, Josh Allen is a real reason Luck retired. Bill Middlebrook. JJ is already better than Nelson. You are all about to say I'm crazy, but look at the film. Are we going off of preseason football, Bill?
Who's already better?
You got to stop filming me off preseason football.
I think he's talking college because he was a flat-out stud at Stanford.
Oh, I know, but you can't watch that and translate it to the NFL.
No, you can't.
Guys got to come in and prove it. And rookie wide receivers, it's tough. It's tough. No rookie wide receivers really when you have depth come in and win jobs unless you're a first-round pick. You know what I mean? Unless you're a top 10 pick. Top 15 pick.
Unless you're that generational talent.
It's hard. It's hard to learn all the little ins and outs of the playbook at the next level. So just give the kid a chance to develop before we want to rush him into a starting role. There's no need to even do it with this football team. So, Bill, I loved your excitement with it, but there's no need. Why are we going to rush a rookie in the play when we don't have to? Like, he can play at times. He's going to get snaps here and there.
So,
but you're going to start over Nelson? Come on, Bill, grow up.
Todd Womack says, hey, guys, remember how we saw Nelson in the preseason and got all of us saying, Jeremy who? And then in the season we were like, bring back Jeremy. Let's leave the team the way it is.
Yeah, because it's hard. Like your offense is so cookie cutter in the preseason, Bill, all right, that nothing matters. You understand? Nothing you're watching matters at all right, offensively.
And NX750 Gaming says, get ready, Connor Barwin comeback tour. Which I wouldn't hate, but he'd be playing special teams as an outside linebacker.
Yeah, I mean he'll get a snap at the end. He'll probably be our fourth.
He might.
And he get a snap or two, go get the quarterback. But the point is like come on, you don't do that in this league. Good football teams don't have to do that.
Todd Womack said we already stashed a wide receiver on injured reserve.
Who?
We did. It was Charles Johnson, but I think it's because they didn't want to injury settlement him and run the risk of having him signing somewhere else because I think they wanted to try to practice squad him. TTP Baldwin chiming in. Hashtag FTR. Ew.
What up, TTP? It's my cousin. It is. It's all family.
That's great.
I can name people. I give people cousins.
It's my cousin.
My dad's.
My other cousin.
I got a lot of dads.
My cousin's
cousins, brothers. Just family members all over in the house tonight. I love it. Ryan Brodo. Another cousin,
the
brother, dad. He's too young to be dad. I call you dad because it just fit. It just fits with you. He's got great hair. Like he's got great dad hair. He'll have great dad hair forever.
He's just got great hair.
You know what I mean? Like he'll be like 45, like picking up at school. Like who's? You know what I mean? What's he? 25 in there?
His kid's girl will be walking out like, yo, your dad's got great hair.
Yeah, that is great hair. I want to check his brushes out. Ryan Brodo, T.J. Hawkinson, Offensive Rookie of the Year. All right.
Interesting.
That's a good name.
Detroit.
Kyle Meager wants the MLB roundtable to happen, and I said, all right, let's do it right before the playoffs. Now, I know, Bill, I know he's playing against starters, okay? I don't need to put him in the regular season over starters. Why, Bill, why are we doing that? What's the reason? Because you have some agenda for Nelson? That's the whole goddamn reason behind it. You can fall in love with guys.
Who are we talking about? What's the question?
It's not a question. It's a statement because he's JJ'd up. I mean, he's JJ to here. All right, I like JJ too. I think he's going to be a player. But we know rookie wide receivers sometimes need a minute. So let him continue to learn the playbook, get some snaps here and there, and when the regular season comes, it's different. The speed of the game is different. So grow up when you talk to me about starters and preseason football. Stop it. I'm so sick of that. I don't even watch it. It's the biggest lies there ever will happen in your life, Bill. Okay?
All right.
It's worse than a girl lying to you. You want to talk about backstabbing? The preseason in the NFL is worse than a girl running around behind your back because that's how much backstabbing can happen. It's disgusting.
All right, so
Can't tell.
10:50 p.m. on Wednesday, August 28th.
Get Danny laughing like.
You just started
I will
freaking
bet-
the fuck
Love
out
you,
of
Bill.
nowhere.
I love you.
I will bet you a dinner.
Bro, shut that shit down.
I will bet you a dinner.
All right.
40 catches, 750 yards, 5 touchdowns.
For who? JJ?
J. Jaw.
I'm taking under.
At dinner. Go ahead again.
40 catches, 750 yards, 4 touchdowns.
So what am I going over under on?
It's
Everything?
no, it's the whole deal.
I'm saying no. I'm saying under. A
You
little
say
bit
under.
under. A little bit under.
I could see
He
the
might
4
get a touchdown.
touchdowns.
He might get
Yeah,
more
that's
touchdowns,
what
but I
was
think
gonna
he's
say,
like, honestly, I think he's like a 30, 35 catch guy because of all the weapons in this offense. He's like 30, 35, maybe 500 yards, solid seat rookie year, maybe 5 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Maybe 6 tops. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe does some action in the red zone, but it's a rookie. So I'll go under. What kind of dinner was this again?
Well, I mean, I see what you eat for dinner. Be like a
Like a bang and some milk duds.
be like the All-American wrap, maybe a bagel sandwich and a bottle of Mountain Dew. I'll pick it up before a show.
I love it. I just replaced this from the Mellow Yellow because I'm like, I didn't want to drink an energy drink, and then I was like, screw it. It's a late show with the tenor.
You felt like
let's lock
you felt
and
like
load.
without Greg being here drinking Mellow Yellow would have been like cheating on the family.
It is cheating because it's Mountain Dew. It's not Mellow Yellow. It's the you know what I mean? It's the other side. Maybe I'll start dumping Mountain Dews and drinks, and we'll just compete there in some fashion.
So,
but go ahead.
Before we go to break, you want to dig into this Andrew Luck thing?
Hold on, real quick. Can I say something?
Yeah, you can say anything you want.
Just calm down.
You were going back to that who you could see being traded. Not this year, but next year.
Hey, well, the questions for this year.
All right, dude. I'm just saying something real quick.
All right, say it.
Ertz's cap hit is like 6 this year. Next year it jumps up to like almost 13. Maybe next year he can get traded. I mean, if Goddard has a big year.
If Goddard has a big year, I think this fan base freaks the
Nah,
hell
I was going to say,
out.
I know it's tough because he's Carson's best friend, but like, I mean, it's a business. So
No, and you're right. You're absolutely right.
I would be upset too, but
I think it would depend on what they get for him.
Yeah.
Now, what are we talking about again? Sorry, I got caught up in a question.
Andrew Luck.
No, what was he saying?
Oh,
Real quick.
Next year, Zach Ertz.
Because his cap hit goes up like $7 million.
It could very well happen, Danny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It could very well happen. That's or he restructures and wants to stay and win games. You know what I mean? So what do you want, baby?
Well, that's Howie. It's restructure city.
Yeah. What do you want, baby?
Yeah.
What do you want, baby? You want a little bit right now? A little bit extra? Go talk to Jeffrey too. We'll get you a new car.
Hey,
We'll get you some things.
what's funny though
we'll
is
get you some things on the back end.
But
They're running like a college football program.
You know what? Watch this though.
Go to the boosters.
Watch this, Danny, because say they're like $20 million under the cap this year.
Yeah.
Watch.
ridiculous.
They'll get to like week 14. Zach Ertz extension.
Yeah.
All of it up front.
He gets like $12 million this year because the Eagles still had money to burn.
Yup.
And his cap hit for next year becomes like
Nothing.
2.5.
Yeah, that's Howie. That's Howie saying, "Hold on, we got the money right now, baby. We're good. Let's just get this over with."
Oh, I don't need to pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today when I got the money today.
But I'll give Zach Ertz a ton of credit for two things. One, his route running is just filthy, and two, that he really worked this off season with trying to break tackles and yards after catch, something he struggled with.
TTP Ball says #restructure city.
Yeah, restructure city, baby. Restructure gate. Restructure gate. Cowboys fans are like, how the fuck are they $20 million under? And Rod's thinking this right now. How does Howie with all this talent $20 million under? And we can't even. We got a guy in Mexico. You know what I mean? We got a guy hiding out in Mexico because we're worried about a couple dollars because we're shooting over. We're going to sign Amari, Dak. We're screwed. There's not enough oil money down here. But the Andrew Luck, I wanted to take away from that for a second. I just exploded on Billy, and I know I'm going to explode on idiots when it comes to this situation. Because, listen, I don't have to agree, disagree when he did it, how he did it. Listen, all I'm telling you is that this guy's been banged up a lot recently, and it came to a point that he wanted to play this year and did everything he could this offseason to play. And it gets to a point with guys that you put so much time into the rehab for so long, and it takes away from you playing the game you love, that you just decide at some point, you know what? I have my money. Right, and I want to leave, so I'm not. So have health the rest of my life. Because if I continue to go in this direction, the rest of my life, I'm not gonna have a good life afterwards. Right, like health wise and body wise, and them things like get out when you're still young enough to get out, even though you've been banged up a little bit. But get out now. You have your money. You have a Stanford education. But as a competitor, all right, and you saw it in his face. He didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. The body just said no to him. And that happens. It happened to some of the greats out there. You know what happened to Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders, okay? I mean, the list goes on guys that said at 29 years old, you know what? I had enough of this game. Patrick Willis.
Yep.
Right? We're like, Patrick Willis. But the body started to break down.
Didn't Willie McGinnis retire early too? I thought McGinnis was like 31 or something like that.
I thought he was always older than that.
I could be wrong about that.
I thought he was always old.
I thought there was a Patriots linebacker that retired at
there probably was.
30 or 31.
There was.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. We got an important comment from Sweeps that needs to be read right away.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah, he gets on you. I can't read it because he's here.
Chad Kelly in Indy as well. He's like Baker Light, LOL. Ton of swag and baggage.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't get to see the rest of that.
See, I wouldn't even credit him Baker Light. Ton of baggage. I don't know about swag. You actually got to do something to get swag. He wasn't even a good college player. At least Baker won a freaking Heisman.
But he does have swag even though he stinks. You know, it's like swag stink. It's like you think you're good, but you're not.
Uncle Jim.
Like that's him.
Uncle Jim.
But no, like anybody has a problem with Andrew Luck retiring because it's like the timing of it. Like, listen, you tried.
Yeah.
You tried. You think that, you should have informed the team before the draft. Grow the hell up. Inform the team before the draft. Okay? He's trying to get back. You know how. You don't have injury reports. The Colts don't have injury fucking reports now. Are you kidding me? This isn't. We're gonna blame. Andrew Luck quit on his teammates.
Well,
did he hurt his ankle in camp or whatever?
Back up.
T.Y. Hilton came out literally blowing him after he retired. How much your boys? And you're worried about his teammates, how they feel? They love the fucking guy. It wasn't Le'Veon Bell quitting on his team, not coming to camp. Notice separation and the difference.
Well, and the whole notify the team before the draft theory gets shot to shit because he told him in March. He told them in March that if he wasn't healed by September, he was done.
Yes.
He told them.
That's all you need to know.
And they just kept telling him, we're going to get you right. We're going to get you right. We're going to get you right.
So hold on.
Keep rehabbing.
Let me rewind. Going back to the initial injury, okay, he's had issues with the medical staff in Indy, right, and their treatments of him, where he went overseas for treatment.
He went to Europe.
Okay.
To fix his shoulder.
Yeah. So he had to go all the way to Europe because them doctors and that for the Colts weren't good enough, right? Came back, whatever. Long story short, at the end of the day, the Colts told you everything how they feel about this man, where they said, you know what, that money, that $24 million, it's yours.
I think that's hush money.
Right? But it's yours because they fucked up.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
I think
they messed up on his shoulder originally.
I think they let him keep that $16.5 million so he doesn't sue them for medical malpractice.
It's like 20-something.
It's $24.8 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can only recoup, I think it's $16.5.
Oh.
All right, well, regardless.
They've paid him 24 something in bonuses.
Gotcha.
They could actually get back 16 and a half, and they said, "Oh no."
And how much is, and I would love to know Andrew Luck's net worth, right? I mean, I'm sure his net worth is probably because he had a big deal. So it probably shut him up.
He made like over $97 million.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like a guy that's spending, extravagantly.
Dude, he's a fucking architect, too.
Yeah, dude, go get away from the concussions. Go get away from all the BS. If you're healthy, then if he retired healthy 2 weeks before a season, I would be hammering. Right? Like, what are you doing?
But he's not healthy.
But he's not healthy. Mike even said it, told him in March that, listen, I might shut it down. I might just call quits. Nothing's working. Right? And they, like Mike said, keep going. Well, this is why he left you the first time.
Yeah.
But he didn't probably feel like going overseas again, going through all that. Why not just say, you know what? It's not going to ever be right. I played last year through guts. What I mean?
The kick in the ass is like
Sleeve says, I rolled the wheelbarrow with my nutsack in it to on the field.
When you watch the video of him going off the field and getting booed, he's like limping off of the damn field. Like he can't even walk without like a noticeable limp. But you want this guy to, to spend another year on injured reserve.
Well, choose your boo. That's not a good one.
Yeah.
All right, that choose your boo. I'll crush them idiots. That's idiot fans reacting in a moment and not thinking. Right? That's idiot fans that never played, think these are computer players, right? And these aren't real human beings.
See, like that wouldn't even be my first reaction. Like say
I'd be shocked if it was like Wentz. I'd be like, what?
Right? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like say if it was Wentz and I was like at that preseason game, my reaction would not be to boo. I'd probably fucking tear up. I'd be so upset.
I'd be like, oh my God,
you'd be sitting there in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the same thing I said. It's like people were like, "Oh, you're an Eagles season ticket holder. Imagine if you got off your ass, went to a preseason game, and Carson retired." I said I'd probably sit there in stunned silence.
Yeah, he wasn't playing anyway.
I would be shocked.
He didn't come off the field with a helmet on. He didn't come off the field with a helmet on saying, "Oh, I'm done." You know what I'm saying? He's limping around the sideline. He didn't come off the goddamn field with a helmet on and say, "I quit." Come on. I mean, people got to separate out there. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't playing. Why are we booing the guy? We as fans know, not even Colts fans, NFL fans, we know the injury history with the guy, how banged up he is, so they should know it even better than we do because they're in the know, right, the fans, and have a clue not to boo him in that situation.
I was going to say.
Bye, Grammars. Come over to YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Or YouTube or Facebook. Twitter will be going away, too.
People are mad because he left the Super Bowl contender, but if he was in such a bad place mentally, how many games were they going to win anyway?
Right.
So what's Gronk's different?
And it's not like
Gronk's different?
It's not like he left for another team. The guy quit football.
What's the difference in him and Gronk?
None. Well, Gronk went out with a ring.
Yeah, but he's still body. Body-wise, they're beat up. Gronk said it took the joy away from the game.
Yeah.
And the NFL just wants to pump you with painkillers. That's a story for a whole other day. A whole nother show. We could do a whole show.
Well, that shit's going to catch up to Tony Romo
show
one day.
How pharmaceutical companies
slip
money,
stuff in his back every
in NFL
fucking
pockets.
week.
Pharmaceutical companies slip money in NFL pockets.
And the thing that pisses
legal drug deals.
The thing that pisses me off the most is you've got these fucking morons at BGN and 4th and John and Philly Sports Daily and all these other wannabe sites out there saying Philly fans would have reacted the same way. No. If I was in the stadium, I would have reacted the same way.
Can I say something?
Stop with the narrative. We're smarter than that now. It's not 1989. It's not 1997. We're smarter than that.
You're 100% everything you're saying. Everything you're saying, that 120% right. Because, listen.
Stop playing into the stereotypes.
Yeah, like, what are we doing in that situation? What are you doing? This is why you shouldn't follow any of these idiots anymore. Don't follow any of them. They really want to live in old times like it's tough to boo. No, what's tough is to say, yo, you stink, right? That's a man. Speak with your words, all right? A boo. Is that cool? Is that hip in the street? Right? That's not hot in the street, babe. A freaking boo.
I can't say I wouldn't have reacted the same way because you're an idiot.
Yep.
Because you don't think. You claim that you're the smartest fans out there and that everybody should follow you, but I can't say that I wouldn't have reacted the same way.
They all have like 2 or 3 guys, and
Agendas.
we have like 25 here.
Agendas.
Think about that. Think about these sites, right? They have like 2, 3, maybe 5 guys, and we have 25 guys.
You're frauds.
So just think about number difference. What companies are in better shape, and what company would you rather listen to?
And I didn't
Where
come
a
out-
bunch of guys bought into one,
yeah.
or just 2 or 3 are blowing Sean Brace's piece?
And I didn't
you know what I
co-
mean?
I didn't come
'Cause
out-
again, that show will be done in 6 months. Sorry.
I didn't come
Go ahead.
out. Honestly, I didn't come out here tonight to shoot, but apparently that's just the way it's going.
Shoot away.
So bang bang.
Boom. Because let me tell you something. I could talk for 3 hours with no callers. Other guys could too. But you want to be a hero and do it yourself? I can't wait for you to fail, you bald-headed fuck. Okay? Because we'll bury you here. You steal. You have no intellectual property. What are you going to read off a prompter like it's Fox News, babe? There ain't no notes here. We'll spin it, and we'll spin it like freaking Wentz. We'll spin that football all up and down you crumb. All right? And people follow you and jump on your piece like you're special, babe. You already failed once. What do you think? Listen. Come on, babe. There's only 3 strikes, and this son of a bitch already struck out twice. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I think you go to break on that note.
I am. Tom.
Mike.
I am.
In the PM.
HTD Radio. Fam, on the other side, we'll do a little choose your bill, which will be fun.
Yeah, we'll keep it short. We'll get you to bed at a decent time.
We were talking with Phil's Pirates, just an outburst of runs tonight, and just some thoughts I have on, Gabe Kapler moving Reese to the 4-hole, and your guys' reaction to that and the family out there. So we'll get that out on the other side. This whole first segment and show is brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, our certified public accountant. Make them yours. GibsonMayer.com is where you can find them. And listen, our doc, make them yours as well. Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy.
Therapy.com.
But yeah, it is. Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton, New Jersey, all local. Tell them A2D sent you. Tell Gibson Mayer A2D sent you. We love y'all. We'll see you on the other side. Twitter, come to YouTube, or Facebook. We out.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Tom and Mike, AM and the PM, is brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, certified public accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues and expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional sports. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Mike from Tom and Mike AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC, certified public accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's www.gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get get your skills in shape, then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Tom Arnone, Big Mikey Smalls, Tom, Mike, AM, in the PM, only on A2DRadio.com.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
slow week for the dad. Slow week
You're
for dad.
trying-
I'm house hunting.
You're getting the land legs back too.
You're off Monday.
My work's closed Monday.
Throw it on, babe.
You can put your headset on anytime.
What were you saying to me?
We're trying to get your land legs back.
Yeah. It's weird because, you got to get the lessons back. You got to let everybody know you're back. And then the season starts, so you have a little break. August is a good break month in between where you get to take a little vacation, chill out. But then
Well, you got to let everybody know you're back, and we got to let the fam know that we're back.
we're back. Tom,
Mike,
AM,
in the PM.
A2D Radio, Real Talk Studios.
Dan's back, too, if he wants to put his headset on.
My
He's
headset
back.
is on, bro.
He's back.
Barely.
What's up, babe? You ain't lying about your dry fit. You're not lying, Danny boy. You're just like the kid. You're just like that. You know what I mean?
All good.
You know your son's just like he grows up to just be like daddy. What happened?
All grown up.
All grown up. Little Charlie Manuel. We're going to talk a little Phils in a second here. If you're just joining us, we're always brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, our certified public accountant. Make them yours. GibsonMayer.com is where you can find them. Listen, fam, our poll question was a simple one to a lot of people. And I felt like we're gonna read out the poll results in a few here. But I feel like if I had to guess, because I love doing this, because I'm not seeing them, right? You guys say I don't see poll results. I'm gonna say on Facebook poll results that 78% said, you know what, I'm gonna change it. 81% said yes, the Eagles will reach the Super Bowl, and they agreed with that statement. 81%. What would you say, Danny? How many percent you think agree?
61.
61. Wow. Mike, I feel like this fan base is wound up. I feel like a lot of the family believes this team's a Super Bowl team.
72-28.
72.
See, I'm still going by the older people. They're all
Negative.
Negative
still.
Nancy's.
Like
Yep.
Bill wants.
I'm young enough to let the Super Bowl broke me, but the older people, it takes a little bit more.
Listen, everything broke me. Right? I'm broken.
No, wait till the Sixers win the finals. I'll be completely.
You know
broken.
what, though?
I'll be ripped in
Don't
ripped in
start.
half.
Don't start. I'll be flipping cars.
I think Danny's onto something, though, because there are a lot of old heads that are like, one Super Bowl.
All the boomers.
Do it again. Do it again, and then you got me.
They wouldn't let you vote, Paul. Robbie maybe ended it when you checked the results. No, so I don't know.
Listen, I got a few
Well, what would you
comments.
say, Paul? Do you agree or disagree? Let us know anyway, brother.
Yeah, I got a few
should be
comments
able
here
to-
on the tube that I promised I would get to
No,
when we
absolutely.
came
Get
back.
to everybody. We're going to talk Phil's Pirates. Rodriguez out of line, so we're going to play a little game. That's Sean Rodriguez. A little game of Choose Your Bill.
Choose your
And we'll get into that, and we'll wrap up tonight's show. But we were
So-
heavy Eagles, so feel free to say anything Eagles related.
Yeah, so TTB Ballin says, I love talking about the Birds. I love this team's chemistry. No drama, no holdouts, no issues. We're ready for the season. We don't even know who's going to be on the field for some of these other teams. Cough, cough, Cowboys, LOL. And he says, and it's been like that for a few years. It's a reflection of the management and the coaching staff.
Yes.
Once injuries start to take a huge toll on the mental, I guess now he's switching gears to Andrew Luck. Once injuries start to take a huge toll on the mental,
Yep.
and your love for the game starts to dissipate, it's time to shut it down.
Absolutely,
Simple.
brother. There's no questions. Well said on everything.
Bryce
Well
Blackwell
said.
says, I support Luck.
Well, another one, Bryce.
TTP Ballin says he was doing the Colts a favor.
Yep.
Why go out there just to go out there without the same passion you
And
had
then-
when
Right,
you
and that's
started?
what I said,
And
yeah.
then to ruin your livelihood after. That was the word I was looking for in the first half.
Yeah, and
your livelihood.
And he said, can't win a Super Bowl with that. The guy's got a wife and a kid on the way.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
And,
you have $94 million you made. You're not a spender like that. You're an architect. You're a Stanford grad. Go live your life. now.
Daddy's rich too.
And listen, he's going to regret this decision the rest of his life, deep down, because there's a competitor in him. All right. So nobody questioned the man as a competitor because he went and had to see a specialist in a different goddamn country for his shoulder and still came back and slung it. Okay. So I mean, just knock off he didn't try to play through injuries. I don't buy it. But
Hold on, real quick.
Paul Brown says he voted. He agreed.
All right, Nikki Stees also says healthy and stable Eagles. Odds are first round bye NFC Championship game minimum. So
All right.
I'm saying I guess he thinks that the odds to make the Super Bowl are pretty good then.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect the first round bye too. I don't think this is a football team that squeaks into the playoffs.
Right.
Now, you never know how a season goes, and it could be. But to me, it's a team that, on paper, and what's going on in Dallas, should run away with this division right now. On paper, should run away with it because they're not good enough without Mexico there. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Cancun.
Tony Pollard's not getting the job done.
Uncle Riviera Maya. You know what I mean?
Like what I would say to the fam about this whole Andrew Luck situation, aside from
push-ups on the beach.
Aside from Uncle Riviera Maya, is, I mean, realistically, did you ever have a job that you loved, but they had you working the midnight shift, or it was an hour and a half away, you had to leave 2 hours before your shift started, and you didn't get home until 2 hours after your shift ended, and you loved the job. Yep. It's like your dream job, but there is just too much other shit involved,
too many
and
obstacles,
too many obstacles, and it took away your passion for the job. Yeah. It's the same thing with Andrew Luck. I mean, it's just because he's a football player. We say he's a football player, he's a professional athlete, but for him, it's a job.
Yes.
But
the competitor always wants to play.
Oh yeah, of course.
But what you're saying is spot on too. It's a job, right? And two, you don't want to leave that job because it's different than other jobs because you're the competitor in you, to love the sport, right, and the want to always play the sport. Because if it's something you got to this level with, right, you love it, right? All professional athletes love the game, right, that they're playing. So you know what I mean. But it doesn't mean it's not still a job. And they don't look at it as a job when it comes to money. But in this case, it's a job where I am too banged up to perform at the level at the level good enough for me to perform. And if I continue to go out here, from what I was told, nothing's going to get better, right?
Right.
So
he's never going to be full strength again.
Yeah. So the decision becomes simple, and the process this becomes very simple. Right. There's no other ends or middle ground to it. It is what it is. It is what it is.
As much as Colts fans want to boo him, and I get it, it's 2 weeks before the season.
Choose
you're
your belt.
Shocked. You're in the middle. You're caught in the in the fire in your emotions. But what this move was an ultimate team.
Real quick, that's what you say every time somebody says that. Like the Colts booing them. We'll just yell out things we don't like. When people don't like the bill, we'll say, "Choose your bill.
Choose your bill.
Choose your bill, Rob.
Choose your bill."
Even though you weren't saying that you agree with their bill at all.
No.
Go ahead.
I like it.
I'd explain that.
No, I get it. I get you. But basically, him retiring is an ultimate team move. You're saving the team $51 million for a guy that's not going to see the field in the immediate future, or is never going to be that luck of, say, 2016 and previously. So now
even last year he was great.
Yeah,
he threw over 40 touchdowns.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
And Rob, you're right. He's saving them money. And he's saving them huge cap money where they can
put it right in the team.
Yeah, and if they're not good enough this year, they draft a quarterback and they try to make a move, or they sign somebody. You know what I mean? Because if you have a great defense, you're always going to compete. So if you can just get a good enough quarterback, and you have weapons, you always can compete.
I think it goes to show. Yeah, he put up like about 4,400 yards, which is a solid freaking season.
Yeah.
I don't even care if that's him at 80%. I'll take that all day. But you don't know what that body was going
on a bad
through
shoulder,
to
Robbie.
get that 40.
Yeah.
We saw what Gronk put out there on Twitter and Instagram about him having to drain over a liter of fluid from his leg and had to cry himself to sleep, and that was a Super Bowl night. These guys put a tremendous toll.
People don't get it.
And people that criticize them when they retire early, get a fucking clue, man, because you have no idea what these guys are putting their bodies
and Rob, you're 100% spot on, okay? And let me tell you something. People think they're computer players. They're Madden guys. And this is the problem. What you just said is the disconnect, all right? Because the disconnect is we as humans and real sports fans understand what goes into these guys' decisions and what they go through on a daily basis to get to this point, right? And the guys who consider these Madden players look at it like, you just quit on our team. You quit on my fantasy team, right? And to them people, who some I might love, and others, you're just dopes.
So
you're morons. You're clueless.
Can I kind of peel a couple more layers of the onion off of this real quick?
Yeah, if there's onion,
because I want to read something to you guys, just to kind of, like I said, let's dig a couple layers deeper, because I think you'll find this interesting.
All right. Are these milk duds available?
Yeah,
for
go
a
right
story?
ahead. You finish them off. I also brought you Mike and Ike's too.
Ah, thanks. I love story time and Mike and
So,
Ike's candy.
This player that I'm speaking of,
okay,
44th overall selection in the 1982 draft, taken in the second round by the Houston Oilers. Third quarterback taken after Art Schlichter and Jim McMahon. As a rookie,
Jimmy.
As a rookie in the strike-shortened 1982 season, he saw no luck. Sorry, saw no action. No luck, yeah.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, Freudian slip. Second season, the Oilers inserted him as the starting quarterback. He threw 8 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Oilers struggled to a 2-14 record. He was a teammate of fellow quarterback Archie Manning during the 82 and 83 seasons. In 84, the Oilers signed Canadian Football League legend Warren Moon. Playing as Moon's backup for the majority of the season, said player completed 22 of 36 passes for 256 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Also had some success running the ball, 10 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown. 85 and 86 continued to play back up to Moon, 56 of 100, 341 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Retires after 6 years in the NFL.
Andrew Luck's dad.
Robbie does. He caught the Freudian slip. It's Oliver Luck. It's
Wow.
Andrew's dad.
No shit.
So there's not without precedence in his family of
The toll.
the well. Now,
The toll.
now, granted, Andrew is, head, shoulders, knees, and toes better than his father was. But the fact remains, like, his father, playing for Houston, plays 6 years, gets out, goes back to University of Texas law school, becomes a lawyer, then goes and becomes a general manager in the Europe League. Then he goes and becomes a general manager in MLS. It's just in his family that they realize that football is not the be-all, end-all.
Of money and everything.
And especially when you have that high level of intelligence. Like, get
And
out
all the
while you're
money.
healthy.
And all the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even if you're not healthy, you're right. The precedent was set with Dad knowing the toll it takes on your body. And he got out and said, I'm going to get out while my body's still good. Right? And that was a long time ago. Realizing, hey, let me get out of here. Right? And Andrew did the same thing. It came to the point where, listen, I'm not going to perform, like we talked about, I'm not going to perform at the level anymore. And I want to get into Phillies for a minute, and so we can get in and choose your boo as well.
You want to get the results real quick before
Yeah,
we go on
please.
to Phillies? Now, you guys can still vote. I actually put the option on to allow live voting even after we go off air here. So
Oh, nice.
that'll be continuous. But as of the moment, we have 89% saying agree, 11% saying disagree.
How many?
Wow.
89% agree.
I knew the family was strong. I said 81, and listen, I wanted to go higher. I really wanted to go like 88, but I just felt like I was going to get crushed if I thought it would be too much of a homer. But I know the family out there. So say the percentage again, Rob. The Eagles will reach Super Bowl 54. Do you agree or disagree was the statement? The poll results again, Robbie?
89% agree, 11% disagree.
Wow. Wow, I love this family.
There's a lot of shit talking going on in the YouTube chat for right now, so I'm gonna let that play itself out before I come back to any of that.
Paul Brown talks about putting the toll on your body. You can the mental strain. He wrote it real well here. It's really as well written real well. It's tough to say that with a milk dud in your mouth. 11:45, we're out of here. So I want to read stuff quick. Bill Meadowbrook, the guy walked away from almost $50 million for a reason, especially weeks from the start of the season. Yup, Bill, you're right. Paul agrees with Bill because they're both spot on here. And Kyle's saying, all I'm saying is he did it the wrong way. 89% bias talk. Well, listen, first off, Kyle, we talked about he didn't do it the wrong way. It's the only way he could do it. He told him in March, and they wanted him to continue to rehab and see if he could play. And he can't. So it's that simple. And he said 89% bias talk. Yeah, it is bias talk.
It is bias talk.
But I think 80, I think where I was at 80 is more like 75, 80.
Well, I was
it's
at,
more
I was
like,
at what,
okay.
72?
It was more like, okay.
I was probably a little light, but yeah, 89 is definitely bias talk.
Kermit Jim. What up, Kermit Jim? I disagree because I wanted to be the underdog, the hungry dog. Well, Jim, I understand that mentality because we all loved it, right?
Hungry dogs run fast.
And I still love it. I'll never not love it.
Still my favorite quote.
But I also want to get the stigma out that we always have to be the underdog, too. Yeah. We can be a big dog on the street. We can be the bully. I mean, we were essentially a bully for years in the NFC. We just going to win a Super Bowl, right? Or get there for the most part. Right? But we're still a bully.
The
I want to
bu-
get back
we're-
to being a
we're-
bigger bully than that.
We're the bully that always got kicked in the nuts at the end of the fight.
Right? Why can't we be the Patriots?
Took a
We
look.
have the coach. We have the quarterback. We have the front office. We have the owner. Why can't we be just like the Patriots? That's what Laurie always wanted to be, like Robert Kraft. So why can't we go on a dynasty run here? Right? We won one Super Bowl. We got to the playoffs last year. Let's go back and win another one. We go back and win another one. That's 2 out of 3 years, baby. Let me tell you something. That's like the things you watch later on, 10 years down the road.
dynasty
Remember the
talk.
Eagles when they
2
won
and
5?
3.
You know, they won 6 and 9. Like, oops. We're in it every goddamn year, and every year.
People are sick of us.
Yeah, like, oh, we hate the Eagles because we're really dogs. Don't you want to be that dog? The bravado of that dog walking into the stadium? I want to be this dog. I don't want to be the little puppy coming in as the underdog against a bunch of pit bulls and shit. I want to be the big moose.
6 and 9.
What's the big ass dog called? It begins with an M. I forget what it's called.
Mastodon?
Master. I want to be a mastiff walking in like, yo, you got that seat? Why don't you get up out of this? I got the big dog sitting there, right? That's the kind of dog I want to be. I don't, the underdog's cool. I love the underdog. It was fun. But sometimes I want to be the big kitty.
I mean, thinking YouTube might be a little bit more widespread around from people from various areas. You want to say bias or homerism on Facebook? On YouTube, it's still 66% agree.
Wow.
33% disagree.
YouTube family, listen, I'll give you guys a lot of credit.
Two keeps it real.
I'll give you guys a lot of credit. That's not a bad number. I talked about 75 to me is a solid number because we should believe that. And I understand people that don't believe it too. I understand some people that have reservations for different reasons. If it's Carson, if it's the stigma of that anytime we're good, we're not good. Whatever your reason is, I get it because I've been through it. We've all been through it. But all I'm saying is we can trust it one time, and let's go win the whole goddamn thing. Now, Phillies, Pirates, 2 out of 3. That's cute.
They needed a sweep.
Yeah, they need a sweep for months.
After shit in the bed in Miami, they needed a sweep.
Like, every time that I say to myself, let me tell you this, guys, this is great. You look at what's coming up, and you're like, okay, we got the Marlins coming up, hypothetically. All right, we got to sweep this series. Every time I say it, they lose 2 out of 3. Like, in my head, or if I type it out in, like, one of our groups, right, or to my person, whatever,
Well,
they always will lose 2 out of 3 or get swept, and you're like, dude, you need it the other way.
Well, it was just hilarious because right after you hung up the phone with us last week, we went to break. We come back from break, and Greg and I were talking about the conversation that the three of us, me, you, and him, had 2 weeks prior, where we were looking at the Phillies' schedule, saying, nope, not winning that series. Nope, not winning that series.
Yep.
Nope, not winning that series. Definitely not sweeping any of these series. And then what happens? They rattle off 4 in a row, 6 out of 8, and all of a sudden everybody starts to buy back in.
Yep.
And then you let San Diego come in here, take 2 out of 3 from you. You
A
go,
series you had a sweep.
Yeah.
Or take 2 out of 3
well,
of it.
yeah, at least 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
But then you limp into Boston and you steal 2 from them, and you're thinking, okay,
They're back.
and then you go to Florida, and okay, fine, no Bryce Harper. You shouldn't need Bryce Harper
To beat the Marlins.
to at least win the series.
Now we have a
Right.
7-0 lead, and you lose, and not only do you lose, you give up 19 runs.
It was,
I mean,
then you
head-
get
it was
lazy.
embarrassing.
Head should get rolled that night.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
another night where somebody should get fired.
She got fired.
Like, I don't care if it's the bat boy. Like, somebody needs to get fired around an organization. I know who I want it to be, but somebody needs to get fired around an organization when something like that happens. That's disgraceful. And it's like, listen, I don't care if no Bryce Harper or not. You got to either sweep or take 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, it's the most inconsistent baseball team that I've seen in a long time. There's stretches where you're like, oh, this is who I thought they were, and there's stretches that they flat out stink. Stink.
You're
and
right.
It's disgraceful
And-
baseball.
And I'll tell you right now, I will look our ace square in the eyes and say, this one's on you. Because whatever happened Friday night, fine, it happened Friday night. It was embarrassing. It was demoralizing,
Yeah.
whatever you want to say. They come back and they win Saturday, and then your ace is mowing them down.
Yeah.
Mowing them down for 5 innings.
No, I agree, Mike.
They give him a lead in the 6th, and he immediately just coughs it right back
Listen,
up.
I agree with you.
And that's your Friday night LSU guy. That's your ace.
I know who
We need that one.
You're right. You're 100% right. I thought that in my head too. Like, that's a game. You got to take 2 out of 3 now at worst.
And I'm not.
Right.
And I don't.
I know you're right.
Right. And I
You're
don't.
right.
I don't
But
complain about.
that's just like that just sums up our whole season.
Yeah, and I was going to say,
Sums up our whole season.
I don't complain about him season long because he's been a flat-out stud pop again.
But that's the point.
But that's the game that you need your stud to show up
Yep.
in, and he was good for 5 innings.
And Mike, I'm telling you, you're spot on because not only do we need him there, but the fact of the matter is, we gotta sweep some teams or win 2 out of 3 a bunch, right? And that's a huge spot for you. But that sums up this season when big spots or a chance to go on a roll or we need this game, right? Somebody comes up small, you know what I mean? Or a whole lineup comes up small, or a bullpen comes up small, or a starter comes up small.
Yeah.
Like that series sums up our year. We give up 7-0, we're hitting the baseball, giddy up, let's go, and then we get absolutely tattooed for 19, right? And then the next night sums up our season because we've always responded well all year long. It's weird, right? They always respond well, so they come out and they win the game, a game they should win, but they come back and don't lay another egg. Right? They come back and win, and then Mike said, game 3, this sums up their season. Like, hey, this is one we need. All right, let's get 2 out of 3, get on a roll a little bit.
You got
Boom.
your ace going against freaking Eliezer
And you got a
Hernandez.
3-0 lead, right?
And
3-0 lead.
2-0 lead.
2-0.
Yeah, 2-0 in the 6th, and that's it.
Wow. I was watching it on my phone and on my computer, but my parents' internet in South Florida, horrendous trying to watch a game.
And I blame the offense for part of Sunday too. But
I blame the offense for a lot of shit, okay? Because you want to talk about nobody hits at the same time half the time. Like tonight they did.
See,
but crooked numbers don't happen enough when they should.
Danny, I hear what you're saying. And if they would have put up a 2 spot in like the 1st or the 2nd, and then they don't hit the rest of the game, then I put it solely on the offense. But when you have a pitcher's duel going, and all of a sudden 6th inning, your guys break through and they put up a 2 spot, and now all you have to do is get through bottom of the 6th, bottom of the 7th, turn it over to the bullpen, and they've got 3 runs on the board before you get an out in the bottom of the 6th. I mean, season long, this team has not been able to get shut down innings.
No, and that's what Mike Murphy's saying. Our starting pitching is not good enough. Bottom line, period. End the story.
Yeah.
Mike, no question about it. I mean, you're spot on,
But
brother.
it's Nola, and you don't
It's
expect
Nola,
that from him.
Listen, what it is, it's Nola, and Vargas is like adequate, and it's a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a bunch of shit, and your bullpen's a bunch of shit. So, like, who do you have coming out of your bullpen? And you're like, all right, this is locked down. Nobody. Even when we have leads. We blow them.
yeah,
It's disgraceful how many leads we blow because the back end of our bullpen, which was addressed with a bunch of injury-prone guys, and Pat Neshek, Tommy Hunter, should have just never been on this goddamn roster. If you're spending stupid fucking money, I'm going to be pissed for a second. You're spending stupid fucking money. I don't want guys that have a history of always being on the damn DL, and now they're older, and Neshek's a little bitch, okay? I hope you're listening, Pat, because you're crumb. That's quitting. That's quit because all you do is quit on teams, okay? Worry about your next paycheck. When you're going to get somewhere here, not here, right? And get rid of them guys and look elsewhere for arms and spend money on relievers outside of David Robertson, who you know is not a closer essentially. He's better in the 8th inning. Right? You're going to try to make him your closer? Boom, gets hurt. Right? That makes sense. Right? Because that sums up trying to make a guy closer. He will get hurt on you. So, but they didn't address anything back there.
No, you're right.
It's disgraceful. You can't go spend money on a lineup and then not address a pitching staff and not address a bullpen, period. When Dallas Keuchel and Craig Kimbrell, I don't care what kind of years either are having, right? They're both there where you don't have to do anything but give up money. And you talked about stupid money and didn't give up money. So, Sean Rodriguez.
I'm on board with Keuchel.
Me too.
Kimbrel flat out stinks now.
Whatever. It's not my money.
I mean, I think Kimbrel's performance this year just proved everybody in Major League Baseball right.
Yeah. Well,
More or
whatever.
less.
My point is in the off season, you're trying to sign Harper. Well, you should be trying to sign relievers too.
Yeah.
Like not just David Robertson. Mm-hmm. You can't go into the year with a bunch of question marks in the back end of your damn bullpen. You're not going to win baseball games. Every World Series champion has shut down in the 8-9. Everyone does. Name me one that didn't.
No, you're right.
Yeah. So Sean Rodriguez, for me,
2 minutes. No, what do we got?
well, just
No, that clock's not right. That
ride
clock's
it out.
way.
We got like 5.
41.
Oh, it's 41. We got
We got
4
4 minutes.
Perfect.
So for me,
Look at us. Take notes.
in theory, he's not wrong. But there is a stock answer that every Major League Baseball player knows to use when you get that question posed to you.
Yeah.
And
tell the question to the fam again.
It was basically, I don't know the word for word, but it was like, did you hear the boos, the negative reactions, whatever.
Yeah, Therese, yeah.
Yeah. And, every Major League Baseball player will say, we hear the fans. We need to play better. We just want to focus on the win.
Yeah.
We're happy we got
They
this
bring
one
it back to
tonight.
them.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. And this jabron wants to
Make it about himself.
make it about himself. But the thing that bothered me the
A lot
most,
of these Major League Baseball players are entitled. So the ones that are talking about entitlement are probably
and
entitled.
that's the thing that pissed me off is when he talks about Philadelphia fans being entitled.
The last fucking city.
Yeah, exactly.
We ain't
That
LA,
is-
babe.
That is
This ain't LA.
and the Philly
Grow up.
fans are seriously the last fan base that you want to say is entitled. There's blue collar cities in baseball of which the Phillies are one, but there's no way that you say that Philadelphia fans are entitled. This is a guy who has made $22.5 million in his career.
And I didn't even know. And half of us didn't even know
And
he
half
played
of
the
us
game.
half of us didn't even know he existed before spring
I
training.
think my dad asked me if he was a rookie.
I remember on the Rays, but yeah.
My dad asked me, "Is he a rookie?" I said, "Grow the fuck up, dude."
But he's
So he made $22 million as a career 220 hitter.
as a career 220 hitter.
Talk about entitled, man.
because he can play multiple positions.
Yeah.
That
A lot of these
$22
guys
million.
are, dude. A lot of these guys are. Trust me.
But
A
he
lot of
wants
these
to talk
major
about
leaguers
us
are
being entitled.
Yeah, grow up. Don't talk about us being entitled. And don't talk about the people who pay your salaries, essentially, and ever direct stuff at them as a player. Because that does nothing but a negative reaction. Now, do I agree with the boo the next night? Actually, I do. Break his balls a little bit. Hammer him a little bit. Entitled? Here you go. Here you go, entitlement. Uncle Entitlement. We'll give you a little something to show you how we are here. Right? And I'm glad he said it was terrible. Because what you said was terrible.
Oh,
and then
second base?
And then you got our reaction. All right? And you deserved it.
And when your manager, who's your boy, by the way, comes out
Hugging
and
it
says
out.
he disagrees with you,
Yeah.
get a clue.
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't agree with
been here
anything.
for, what,
we don't
2
agree with
months? He hasn't
anything
even been up
Gabe
all
says.
season.
We don't agree with anything Gabe said. That's the first time he's been spot on. It's like, don't talk. Don't talk. You had a big-time homer. Congratulations against the Pirates. All right? You had 2 hits in the month of goddamn August. There's nothing for you to say anymore. Right? Say, I don't get into it with the fans. They're fans. Fans will be fans.
The guy
we gotta play better as a ball club and be consistent. Right? And that's it. That's it.
The guy was kept on the roster because
The guy who asks questions, you get punched in the face.
Guy was kept on the roster because he was supposed to be able to hit left-handers.
Yeah, hasn't hit a lefty all year.
He's 1 for 32 in his last.
Oh, he does have one?
It's his last 32 at bats against lefties. He's 1 for 32.
Analytics work.
Yeah.
I love how they asked him, "Oh, you've been struggling." He's like, "What struggles?" And the dude told him, "Yeah, you're like 1 for your last 25."
So who's entitled? Right? So who's entitled?
Yeah.
So
he's clearly the one that's entitled.
listen,
I'll
choose your boo.
I'll choose my boo for him.
Choose your boo. Choose your boo, Sean. And I'm going to tell everybody else out there, choose your boo. Okay? Be
It
smart.
ain't for Andrew Luck.
No, be smart. Don't definitely don't boo Luck. You choose your boo at games if you want to be a boo bird. Okay? Choose it. Right? In football games, halftime. You got to get it off your chest. Feel free to boo that. I'm not a booer, but feel free to boo.
Yeah, me neither.
Right? End the games, you want to boo it because the performance sucks? Boo it. Don't boo individual players, especially in baseball, like Sweeps talked about the other night. It's like this isn't a game. It's such a mental game more than any other sport that like you start booing a guy, now he gets in his goddamn head even more. When you don't think he's already in his head. He don't need the boo. He almost needs you to go the opposite. And just heavy cheering him.
Yeah.
And help him break out that way, just to get the confidence back in his head. Because right now it was gone, right? So cheers are going to help him, right? Even though I'm not happy with him at all. But you understand? So choose your boo. That was the theme of the night. Tom,
Mike,
AM,
in the PM.
A2D Radio. Listen, shows all week long.
Every night.
Every night here. I'll be back Sunday with the boys on Agree Disagree. Tomorrow night you got Lazy Booking and Hockey Happy Hour. Friday night, Philly Sports Guys. Saturday, the weekly roundup. Sunday, Agree to Disagree. Monday, Sports Hounds, Birth of a Feather on Tuesday, and The Fix. and AM in the PM on Wednesday nights, every Wednesday night. Come find us. Thank you, Gibson Mayer LLC, our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com, as well as our doc, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC. Find them on the
Dr.
web.
Paul Vidal.
SpecializedPhysicalTherapy.com.
Coming back for that chair.
Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. When I was driving home from Florida and my leg was hurting so bad, I said, I got to get to the doc. We out. We'll see you next Sunday. Danny Boy, thanks for coming back, Dad. Show your face more here. We love you. Sixers season rolling right around the corner. Giddy up. We're going to be on Broad a lot, baby.
We'll see Danny every week.
Let's go.
No doubt.
Thanks, fam. We love you all. Thanks for joining us. You make A2D great. We the best. No notes. Peace.
Well, hello again, everyone. This is Bob Mannery, and you're listening to Tom and Mike. AM in the PM, only on A2D Radio. Tom and Mike, these guys are fucking awesome. But their side piece, Greg, that guy is a goddamn problem.